Hi, Mike here, and welcome to my latest video. In this video I'm going to be doing a bit of a tour around the BMW R1200 GS Adventure I've just purchased. So come along for the ride. Let's take this bike out on the road, and then I'll give you a look around it. Okay, so welcome aboard my new BMW R1200 GS Adventure. This particular bike is a 2016 model. I got it from the BMW dealer here in Perth, so it's an approved used bike. It's just got around 13,000 kilometers on the clock, and it comes fully loaded with all of the electronics package. So that means it's got all of the rider modes enabled. So it comes with several rider modes. It has rain mode. It has a road mode, a dynamic mode, which is like a sports mode for the road, and two off-road modes, Enduro and Enduro Pro. And the difference between the rider modes is just how the fly-by-wire throttle responds, and the traction control, and also the ABS. So each mode has its own characteristics. So for example, if you're riding in the rain, you want the throttle response to be a little softer. You want the traction control to be a little bit more keen. You know, you want it to kick in sooner. You know, if it senses that the rear wheel is slipping, it will cut in sooner. And conversely to that, if you want to ride in Enduro Pro mode, it basically gives you the lowest amount of traction control so that you can spin the back wheel, and also it gives you no ABS to the rear wheel, and really crisp throttle response. So it basically tunes the engine and that to each riding condition. Makes it a very safe bike to ride. This bike also comes with the BMW electronic suspension, that's the ESA. That allows you to set up the suspension for various riding situations, whether you're riding just on your own, or you're riding with luggage, or you're riding with a pillion, or you're riding with a pillion and luggage. So you can set the bike up for the weight that you're carrying, and also for the suspension firmness that you like to ride with. So it gives you, in each scenario, you've got an option whether you want to ride soft, normal, or hard. And that can be dialed in on the fly. So if you want to change that and you stop at a set of traffic lights and you want to change over to hard suspension settings, as soon as you back off the throttle, those settings will come into effect, and then you'll notice a difference immediately. And that's the thing with the rider modes as well. Those can be also changed on the fly. You don't need to stop, turn the engine off, and then change it and turn it back on again. You just have to change the setting. It'll flash on the screen. While it's flashing, it's ready to change, and then as soon as you turn the throttle back to the closed position, it'll switch over, and then you open the throttle again and the new settings have come into effect. So it's very easy to change most of the settings on this bike while you're on the move. This particular bike also has the Gearshift Assist. That allows you to basically keep the throttle open and go up through the gears without having to roll off the throttle. It's kind of like a quick shift setup, and that also works down the gears. So as you go down the gears, you can keep the throttle open, press the gear shift down, and what it does is it matches the engine speed to the revs, or matches the revs to the engine speed, so you don't get any nasty rear wheel slippage when the power comes in. Actually works really well. You just need to be really firm with the gear changes. You know, you really need to press down hard and press up hard with the gear selector. If you're a little bit ginger with it, it will be a bit clunky. So you just have to be firm. One of the other things this bike comes with, it comes with the keyless ignition as well. So you don't have to take your key out of your pocket, you just get on the bike, press the button, start the engine, and off you go. A lot of these technologies that are on most new cars now are finding their way onto bikes. I've also, one of the things that I've done is I've paid a little bit of extra money and I've got myself the BMW Navigator 6 integrated GPS. The beauty of this particular GPS is it's built to work with BMW's engine management system and electronics, so you can see all of your essential motorcycle data on the screen, and it's navigated using the thumb wheel on the left hand bar, so you can scroll in and out of your GPS. I don't know if you can make that out as I scroll the wheel, and then you press the switch, the dial on the thumb wheel, and it changes screens. So that's the compass, and this is the Navigator's main menu, and then you've got this particular screen here which is customizable, where you can have whatever engine or bike data you want to be displayed here. I've got it displaying the speed at the moment and the pressure in the rear tyre, and I'll probably change that to the outside temperature. But as you can see, I've now just got one piece of data on the screen, that's my speed, and then you can go to a screen full of data or 4 sets of data, and all of these are customizable, so you can have whatever data you want in each one of those quadrants. So that's a brief overview of the bike. When I was looking at which bike I was going to buy, I obviously looked at other manufacturers, and because it was an adventure bike I wanted, I was looking at the KTM 790 Adventure R and the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport, the 1000cc model. And when it came down to it, both the BMW and the Honda were great bikes, but there were little things with them that meant that they weren't perfectly suited to my needs. So with the KTM, it was too tall. I'm 5'8", and this is a full height BMW R1200GSA, and I can put both my feet on the ground, not flat footed, but I can certainly touch the ground easier on this than I could on the KTM. On the KTM I was on my tippy toes. The other thing with a KTM is it wasn't as comfortable. There wasn't as much protection from the wind and the elements. This screen goes up and down. It's in its lowest setting right now, and when it's fully up, if you ride in the rain or if you ride in harsh conditions, those conditions go right round you. So you don't get hit by the wind or the rain. You're kind of in a little bit of a bubble, protected by the screen. You didn't have that on the KTM. The Honda was a great bike as well. I really liked the Honda, and I was very, very close to buying the Honda, but for two things. Again, the height was an issue on the Honda. Again, taller than this, but ultimately the main one was the lack of cruise control. This has cruise control, and having the cruise control just means if you're doing long days in the saddle and you're spending a few hours at a time on the highway, being able to put it in cruise control just makes life a lot easier. You know, you can sit there and enjoy the ride. You're not constantly having to tweak your throttle. You can take your hand off the handlebar, and so it does make for easier riding having that cruise control. So yeah, I ultimately I decided on this bike, and I think it's going to be perfect for the adventures I've got coming up. So I'll find somewhere to pull up and I'll give you a look around it. Okay, so there she is. I parked under this tree just to get a bit of shade. It's very hot today here in Perth. I'm in a little town called Pinjarra. The only thing I wasn't sure about was the colour. It's actually growing on me now. So it's got the frames fitted there for the panniers. I've got the aluminium panniers to go on there. You'll see I've already fitted a tank bag. Picked this up off eBay. It was brand new. The guy got it with his BMW, didn't want it, so I picked it up for a really good price. Also had the headlight protector fitted, which is a good thing because that headlight's really expensive to replace. If you get a stone flicked up at it and you smash it. And it's got the BMW HP Akrapovic high performance exhaust. which sounds really good. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. So hopefully you guys will join me for some of the adventures I'm going to have on this bike starting in the new year. So I'm going to make some videos coming up on my riding gear. I'm also going to cover my motorcycle camping setup. So I have done quite a bit of travelling already on a motorcycle, so I've already got most of my camping gear, so I'll run through that and show you my setup, how I plan to do long travelling on a motorcycle. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that look around my BMW R1200GSA and the footage I got while I went out for a bit of a ride. Please like this video, please share this video and comment below, and keep your eyes peeled for new content coming soon. Until next time, see you later guys, bye.